Good morning and welcome to Orca News. The headlines. Vice President Jefferson was outraged about the delay of the Meteociel district. Plans and proposals for the airport have gone underway. President Klavinsky has visited Switzerland and Croatia. Monkeypox outbreak declared a global health emergency. And an inferno kindling the European continent. Vice President Nelson Jefferson has been outraged by the delays in the establishment of the Meteociel district in Picot City. Vice President Jefferson held a meeting yesterday with the Picot City Council and the mayor of Picot City, Mayor Henderson Pisa, about the delays.
I am disappointed with the excessive delays of the Meteociel project that we must expect. Mayor Pisa, your incompetencies are foil. We have been expecting Meteociel to be established last week. What have you been doing all of you last week? I am calling for a recall election for Mayor Henderson Pisa if this still happens.
Vice President Jefferson argued to the council about what has been the cause of the delays. Shoveler and Picot City Mayor Pisa likewise said that Vice President Jefferson was ignorant enough to not see that most projects such as the road tarring project weren't even done up to this point. Vice President Jefferson embellished with his anger at what the council has been doing for the past week. The vice president subsequently threatens Mayor Pisa about his inconsiderate and incompetent actions and calls for a possible recall election or immediate impeachment from the Landovian Congress and Supreme Court. Orca News tries to provide more details about Mayor Pisa's reaction to Vice President Jefferson's accusation of potential disregard for public office and corruption. President Klavinsky, on the other hand, told his executive secretary that due process will prevail once certain that Mayor Pisa is steadfast and worthy in office. Plans and proposals for the first-ever international airport in Landova have gone underway. More to report from Paul Wanders.
The Urban Planning and Development Department and the Architecture and Infrastructure Department have released the plans and proposals for the first international airport in Landova. During the State of the Nation address of President Klavinsky, he stated that Landova will be having its first ever airport for the nation. He stated that the airport project will start next year in a span of a year to be accomplished. The cabinet departments mentioned have released the first proposal for the project. The airport will be located west of the proposed Sprosk Bayside in Picot City, which will be connected with a suspension bridge joining the two lands. The first proposal of the airport consists of having two terminals in the main airport area. The airport will have 4 runways, 3 will be parallel to each other, and 1 will be delegated to the Air Force as a potential airbase. The airport will run through a subway transit system for easy access and travel for intermodal transportation in and out of the airport. Airport terminals 1 and 2 will be in the north and central part of the airport respectively. The southern portion will be mainly delegated to the Air Force. The western portion will be the hangars and maintenance facilities. Moreover, it will accommodate a lot of tourists for a bigger potential for the country's economy and tourism. Most architects and engineers as well as urban planners have agreed on the released proposal plans. Likewise, it has been still debated what will be the name of the airport and whether the airport will be under the jurisdiction of Picot City or another. The estimated cost for the construction of the airport solely is around $720 million. The president has said in his previous press briefing that he will allocate the next national budget mostly for infrastructure in the next fiscal year. This is Paul Wanders reporting for Orca News.
Extreme heat inferno has engulfed parts of Western Europe, with wildfires raging in France and Spain. Several European countries recorded the topmost highest record-breaking temperatures in some areas and localities. The United Kingdom saw a record-breaking provisional 40.3 degrees Celsius high temperature in Kingsby, Lincolnshire, England on July 19 according to the Met Office. This was the hottest day in most of the United Kingdom as well as in France. A town in Portugal recorded a 47 degrees Celsius temperature on July 14, seeking that which is the highest in Europe during this heat wave. Spain, France, and other countries nearby have seen wildfires caused by these heat waves. In Spain and Portugal, there are approximately 2,000 people have been killed due to heat-related deaths. People were warned to be indoors and keep themselves cool during the blazing heat. Meanwhile, Landova kept itself to around 17 to 18 degrees Celsius high. Likewise, here's our weather for today. Updates on President Klavinsky's trip to Europe. More to report from Eamon Rhodes in Zagreb, Croatia. Eamon.
Yes, Carson. President Klavinsky last week visited Switzerland for his official trip of strengthening bilateral relations and foreign policies. The president first visited Bern to meet with the Swiss Council and the Swiss Parliament for a meeting among nations' foreign policies and poses internal neutrality. President Klavinsky then went to Geneva in several offices of the United Nations. The president mostly stayed in Geneva for the time being. President Klavinsky last Sunday flew from Geneva to here in Zagreb, Croatia. The president has met with Croatian President Zoran Milanovic and Croatian Prime Minister Andrej Plenković to exchange bilateral ties and improve foreign relations and policies between Landova and Croatia. President Klavinsky also roamed Zagreb as well as visited St. Mark's Square. He will be flying from Croatia to his last destination in his birthplace in Ljubljana, Slovenia to meet Slovene President Borut Pahor and newly elected Prime Minister Robert Golob. President Klavinsky's executive secretary told that the president wanted to exchange diplomacies and establish embassies and consulates in the countries he have visited. Likewise, the president intended to visit Italy yet due to political changes happening in the country. The president also intended to visit Bosnia and Herzegovina and Serbia as well. According to economists and the Commerce and Industry Department, foreign partnership for companies is possible and then may strengthen ties with Landova in most industries. The department expects that the national economy's GDP may increase to roughly about 5 to 10%. Nonetheless, it will be a huge and best business and political opportunity for Landova. This is Eamon Rhodes. Back to you, Carson.
Thank you, Eamon. We have some breaking news. Vice President Nelson Jefferson earlier tweeted that Picot City Mayor Henderson Pisa must establish the Tokershire district before August, otherwise Mayor Pisa will be revoked from office through a recall election or impeachment. This is a developing story to follow. The World Health Organization has officially declared the monkeypox outbreak a global health emergency. More to report from Ludwig Klavitz.
We have an outbreak that has spread around the world rapidly through new modes of transmission, about which we understand too little and which meets the criteria in the international health regulations. For all of these reasons, I have decided that the global monkeypox outbreak represents a public health emergency of international concern.
The World Health Organization has officially declared the monkeypox outbreak as a global health emergency, a public health emergency of international concern, according to WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. This means the WHO now views the outbreak as a significant enough threat to global health that a coordinated international response is needed to prevent the virus from spreading further and potentially escalating into a pandemic. There have been more than 18,000 cases of monkeypox have been reported across more than 77 countries and territories so far this year, and the number of confirmed infections rose 77% from late June through early July, according to WHO data. At this point, Europe has been the epicenter of the outbreak. Men who have sex with men are currently at the highest risk of infection. According to the Health Department, there are no confirmed cases of the monkeypox virus in the nation. The Landovian Health Department has consulted that extraordinary measures are like with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and the threat level is low in Landova for now. This is Ludwig Klavitz, reporting for Orca News.
The health department has seen an alarming rate of new COVID-19 cases worldwide exponentially rising. The health department is strictly monitoring the COVID-19 situation in the country, whereas Landova hasn't seen any new case for about a year. The health secretary noted that they are keeping hand in hand to maintain the lowest risk possible and increase vaccination rates. As of today, the health department has recorded a total of 22,815 total vaccine doses, administered 10,373 of which are fully vaccinated according to the prescribed initial doses, and 398 have their booster shots. And that's it for today's news. This is Carson Ilgers, reporting for Orca News. Good morning, everyone.